7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bazak. Come to help the Muslims leave Islam and keep away from Islam. So recently, again, these gang of Muslims have come and I've given their uh, gang leader the answer, who told me that I've given false information on Surah Azab, Ayah 37, and I haven't read the tafsir. In the previous live stream also, I think or the one before, I read the tafsir and I showed you why I left that tafsir, not so and so act of, maybe the previous live stream, the tafsir on Surah 33, Ayat 60. The hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease and the rumor mongers in Medina, if they desist not. So I have given him the answer now a week ago, or when, a few days ago. Can't remember exactly how many days ago. So now why are his gang members coming here, Muslims, and again, saying you are a liar, you are stuttering. Last time also he said the same thing. This tech gaming, what's his name? Good morning from Europe. A very good morning to you, Overflow. Thank you for being here. So this is unacceptable behavior of the Muslims. You find in history and recent years the Sunni extremists killing the Shias just because they were Shia Muslims. You find in the history of Iran that this Shia leaders, Shias with him, also not saying anything against that, massacring, genocide against the Sunni Muslims, massacring the Sunni Muslims. And this should be a civilized conversation. No personal attacks, please. There, he's told me in the comment section, their leader, Muslim, maybe it's their gang leader, that they came here later on that. Oh, you don't give the tafsir. You don't. She's not giving it. She's a liar, calling me out like that. Here in the comment section, live chat. Finally, read the tafsir. Like, finally, you've read the tafsir. So, ordering me around, trying to uh, break me, or already say you're stuttering. So, what do you mean by that? You've already called me a liar. So, am I stuttering because I'm scared of you Muslims? Who wouldn't be scared of you barbaric Muslims? Have a civilized conversation. I've come here step by step, showing only on one tafsir. You didn't read the tafsir. There he's told me you've given false information. Here on my face he's told me you are a liar. You've lied about Surah Azab ayat 60. So recently, I'll talk about that. Just cut myself here and go to look. So again, they've come. His gang members. I don't know who they are. Pakistani barbaric Muslims. So I've had enough of these barbaric Muslims, uncivilized personal attacks and all this. So once I've established that your prophet is a liar, now go and see my live streams, previous ones, to come to the tafsir of Surah As-Sabayat 37, 60, 60. That's how I come to it, not by your ordering and your way. Your tafsir, scholars have different tafsirs. Some say this, some say that, in other ayats. Incongruency in Quran ayats and dissenting views, opinions. One says, oh, this is like this, another says this is like that. Your own religious scholars on the tafsirs. In the tafsirs, in the commentaries, under the Quran ayats. For goodness sakes, this is not my way, the way you order me around and say that I've given false information. I've gone deep into this reading. And you don't have to go very deep to see that there are contradictions. Was Prophet Muhammad insane? No, there's a what? So here, look at this Surah Nur ayat now. Now, when the Bedouin said, we are believers, they were told in the Quran ayat that I'm not going to, but that don't say you are Muslim, don't say you are believers, say you are Muslims. So I established with Salah ad-Din here, the Muslim who used to come here, a very civilized one, a gentleman, but very difficult to convince that, there's contradiction. And so I established with the Salah ad-Din that believers have a higher status than the Muslims with this ayat, right? That I showed him in the Quran and about the Bedouins. Okay, so now look at this. The believers are also told to consult Allah the Messenger in disputes, and those among authority, among you in authority, that Quran ayat. So you know what high status the believers have. Allah has called the believers liars here in Surah Nur ayat. So in my previous live stream, they've come again, this gang, this Muslim mischievous gang, and things that, look, I gave them this then. You should also, they should not, and it's a group among yourself who spread this rumor. Allah has called them liars, believing men and women. Can you be? So at the time of Prophet Muhammad, not consulting Prophet Muhammad, themselves as liars. Why did they not bring four witnesses? Even if you bring four witnesses, it could be a gang of criminals, lying gang of criminals. You have to see the character. How the British court goes about interrogating these witnesses also that come for the cases. How is the character? Is there a corruption, criminal case against them? Just can't bring four witnesses like that. But even so, like, why did they not bring four witnesses to prove it? Now, there could be four men here, Muslim men who come and lie against me. Will you say there are four Muslim witnesses against you? That's it. No, you would not say that. And the believers of that time when Prophet Muhammad is there, they're not consulting Prophet Muhammad, and so they, what it says here, that they didn't bring four witnesses in support of their accusation. And this is an accusation, the background is that against Aisha, Ummul Mumineen, Prophet Muhammad's wife, rumor spread about her adultery, false rumor. And it's a gang amongst yourselves, a group from yourself, Muslim, believing, not even Muslim. Where is it now? 11, was it? Those who have brought up such slander from a clique among you. Do not think it is a bad thing for you. Rather, it will be good for you. Now here, against Aisha, this. If you say anything against Prophet Muhammad, you'll be killed. Blasphemy law. Don't tell me there's And about the ayat, the tafsir of Surah. Come on. I mean, I've shown so much more than that you would not go to the tafsir anymore. You've read the tafsir. I've shown you how the things that went out of proportion against the Jews of Yathrib. Surah Hashur ayats have shown you. And isn't it even now that if we criticize Prophet Muhammad, blasphemy law is applied to us, those who criticize Prophet Muhammad? So that, I mean, if you're going to say, oh, you're giving me false information, you don't see the tafsir of Surah Azab ayat 60 and 61, that's wrong, right? I've already given him an answer. Now your own, these are now higher status from Muslims. Remember, the Badouin said, we are believers. Believers are those who what? Who are supposed to obey Allah and the Messenger. Not just Muslims submitting to Allah's will. Those are Muslims. Believers are those who in everything obey Allah and the Messenger. Because obeying the Messenger is equivalent to obeying Allah also. Surah Nisa at 80, I think. So believers have a higher status. And yet this has come up that Allah is now calling the believers of that time, Muslim believers, liars. And the ones who they are not called believers, or you would have suffered and had not been for Allah's grace. And Allah not accepting of repentance. Okay, indeed, those who came up with that were your group. Thank God, I mean, at the time when the messenger is alive, Prophet Muhammad, and there's so many other ayahs, I consult him, telling him to consult his believers, but then decision rests on him, Allah and him, I guess. I just guess because of the other ayat, right? When they have decided upon a thing, or the ayats that even consulting them, but the rest, it depends. That ayat, if you take it, I'm not searching for it. Indeed, those who came with falsehood are a group among you. Do not think it bad for you, rather it is good for you. For every person among them is what punishment he has earned from the sin. And he who took upon himself the greater portion thereof. Abdullah ibn Ubay, leader of the hypocrites. But it's not, it's Muslims. Because it says a group among you. This is an allusion to the slander against Aisha. Allah has himself described it as if false accusation, calumny, which implies its total refutation. From here begins the mention of the incident which provided the occasion of the surah's revelation. We have produced the initial part of it in the introduction as related by Aisha herself. The rest of it is reproduced below, she says, and there's nothing it's cut off. And a group among you, let me see, are a band from among you. Okay. Trying to tap on this too. Rumors about the slander went on spreading in the city for about a month, which caused great distress and anguish to the Prophet. I cried due to, it's here. Aisha saying, I cried due to helplessness and my parents were sick with mental agony. At last one day, how many days it took, Dr. David would tell you. At last one day the Prophet visited us and he sat near me, which he had not done since the slander had started. So he also started to believe. in the slender, that he stayed away from Aisha in this way. Feeling that something decisive was going to happen that day. I mean, you read this, Gilet, great ignorance. And ignorance as by mischief makers, then you become, you Muslims have become mischief makers. Barbaric, uncivilized, uncultured people. I've heard this and this about you, Aisha. If you are innocent, I expect that Allah will declare you innocent. But it took a month or so. How much time did it take for this revelation to come down? And Prophet Muhammad also stayed away. So how could the believers consult Prophet Muhammad? Tears dried in my eyes, hearing these words. This is like after a month or so. You can read this whole hadith here in Quran.com, Surah Nur, Ayat 11. Then the believers, you are told, if only the believing men and women had thought well of one another. The Prophet stayed away from Aisha for God's sakes. And they had not produced 4 witnesses. So don't tell me to randomly go to Surah Azab ayat 60 and just take your religious scholar, what he has said, or what the Prophet Muhammad's hadiths like that on it. No, I've done the Shia tafsir also on that and said both Sunni and Shias don't make sense on Surah Azab ayat 60. You see all this, the Muslims would come and say, they broke treaties, Surah Tawbah ayat, they're fighting, that's why we were told to fight them, and all this. It's not like that. If you had done an honest research, unbiased, how come I, who am like a below average, sometimes I can't make out, something is coming, I don't know if it's a true post or a fake scammer. But in this, I'm well aware. I'm not aware of let's say, the rules in the country I am and what scamming things go on. If only the believing women and the men thought, how could they? Because here Aisha is saying that he stayed away from me, didn't even come and sit like this with me and talk to me like this, right? Everything in this. How? And you are called liars. Please look at this. If only the believing men and women had thought well of this, is clearly an outrage. They can't. Because they may have gone to consult the Prophet, must be, God knows. I mean, I have to do some guessing, right? Inference, that's called. On these bases, the proof provide, the thing here, the ayats here. And also the hadiths that I've read on this. Why did they not produce 4 witnesses? Why did the Prophet not say from the very beginning? Why did he wait for the ayat to come to prove Aisha's innocence? Could it have made a difference if 4 witnesses had come? And of course, there were no 4 witnesses over there. So then what do you do in such circumstances? So Prophet Muhammad said, wait, I'm going to wait until Allah sends me. So you see, 4 witnesses they could not find. And so why did Allah's messenger also stay away from Aisha? There's also. They are truly liars in the sight of Allah. You believers, had it not been for Allah's grace and mercy upon you, you are liars, but even then it's okay. In this world and the hereafter, you would have suddenly been touched with a tremendous punishment for what you plunged into. So now, Muslims, when messenger is there, you are lying. Allah has said you are liars. When you passed it from one tongue to the other and said with your mouths what you had no knowledge of, taking it lightly while it is serious in the sight of Allah. Oh God, I thought believers were higher than Muslims. The verse implies Baduans, don't say you are believers, but just say you're Muslims, you've submitted to Allah only. If only you had said upon hearing it, how can we speak about such a thing? Glory be to you, O Lord. This is a heinous slander. Now I can see between this who is in the wrong. Allah forbids you from ever doing something like this again. If you are believers. You could be Muslims, but doing this still, and you have been. And so, your own rule should be applied against you. Why don't you do that honorable? Because you're not honorable, you're not noble. Can't have a civilized discussion. Another one is in Surah Saf, calling me a hypocrite. Believers are called, like it seems like some believers did this. So Allah is telling them, like He told Prophet Muhammad, why have you prohibited yourself or prohibiting yourself? Why have you prohibited yourself what Allah has made lawful for you? Seeking to please your wives. How this one, second ayat of Surah Saf, not Nur. O believers, why do you say what you do not do? Now this is very clear again for the believers, addressing the believers. This means we can draw an inference from this that the believers were saying, you see, by taking the style, why don't you take the same style here? Surah Tahrim ayat 1. O Prophet, why do you, right? So inference it has a basis, solid basis, my inference. Look at the style even. Look at the style. Surah Tahrim. That means some believers, if you take Surah Tahrim, it means here ayat 1, style. Right? O Prophet, why do you prohibit from what Allah has made lawful to you? Let me see, yourself is in quotation. O Prophet, why do you prohibit what has made lawful Allah for you? Seeking to please your wives, right? Look at the style of this ayat. O Prophet, why do you? So here, believers which have a high status to obey Allah and the Messenger, O believers, why do you say what you do not do? They must have How despicable it is in the sight of Allah that you say what you do not do. Ayah 3. How loathsome hatred. Great is hatred with Allah, that you say what you do not. Not you do. Not you do. Calling me hypocrite and all this. And, missing this point. Oh, wow. Really. And then imagine, we don't have to imagine what the Muslims have done and what they're capable of doing for this false religion. Threats, killing, stabbing, lynching in such cruel ways. Mashal Khan's case in Pakistan. Mashal Khan was a student at the Abdul Wali Khan University, Mardan, Pakistan, who was killed. Mardan, Pakistan, who was killed by an angry mob in the premises of the university, 13th April 2017, over allegations of posting blasphemous content online. Following investigations, the Inspector General Police later stated, "We did not find any concrete evidence." Makes my heart break. It's like, yeah, throw the kill. Okay. You know how they hit him with sticks? Oh my God. I can't read this case. My head. So I thought, okay, how long will it take? My head's hurting. I've got to take a pill, actually, headache. What? You see this? Please take action. It's too late. You know how they beat him up? It's like stoning someone or with sticks, beating them to death. How long it took. Or legal action can be launched against Mashal, Abdullah, or Zubair. No concrete evidence. Suspects, 61 were identified following the death. Mashal's friend and Abdullah stated to the police in writing that both Mashal and Abdullah were devout Muslims, but were actively denouncing mismanagement by the university and had previously led protests against it. Following the death of Khan, 57 of the 61 suspected were arrested. How many ganged up to, you know how ruthlessly, brutally kill him for blasphemy? Taking the law in their hands, Islamic. See how brutal these people are and can get. Lynching of Mashal Khan. Oh my goodness. Please stop these people. Those who are quiet and say they are peaceful. Your silence, acquiescence, law and common law tells us that you agree to this kind of mischief. Blasphemous content online posting. Someone could have framed him. My goodness. So thank you so much. God bless you, Overflow. God bless you, your family members, your country, your people. Thank you so much for being here. Please, we need to stop these Muslims. One recently on the same live stream against the Imams. The same live stream in the comment section where these people and a leader and their gang, I call him their leader, Pakistani Muslim leader, who says that I've given false information, I'm a liar. I've given him the comment explaining I have not given any false information on this. You can look at my previous live streams, and because you see every live stream before explaining used to take like 1 hour, 2 hours. I've risked my life, I've done so to I'm not lying, but but you don't have the right to say this in this academic civilized. Yes, but sometimes, like my emotion against Prophet Muhammad and against some Shias also, I say that you people are like, what are you people? Very stubborn or what? Barbaric. Now Shias, some of you would disagree with me here, even now, have been following me. Would you disagree with me? Then you have to understand why the Sunnis do this with you. Right? So this believers are told, why are you saying what you do not mean? And look at this, like I managed, thank God, Salahuddin from Saudi Arabia. Bedouins, oh God, said, we are believers. Now, believers have a high status. I proved it. Quran ayat. And the Sunni Muslim agreed with me on this. I don't know how many Sunni Muslims would still disagree. The Bedouins say we believe, say you believe not, but you only say we have surrendered in Islam, meaning we have become Muslims, right? This is Surah 49, Ayat 14. Okay? So these Muslims saying that, what kind of people are you? Why don't you follow your own ruling? Some of the Quran ayats you depart from, you follow violent rulings. Some Muslims come here and say, no, there's no killing, fighting. Some would come here and they wouldn't say it, but they want to. But one threat came, killing people. If you say anything against Prophet Muhammad, it's blasphemy. I wonder if the Sharia court would even take our evidence. So sorry, Pakistani Muslim. I don't have to say sorry, but your kind of accusations on me that I'm giving out false information will not do. The court, Sharia court, has to see most of my live streams and my way of research. Sorry. Don't be like those lying believers. Don't jump to conclusions. In the law, international law, I could take my case. Now, the reason is, problem is I'm not feeling well. Sometimes I have headaches. What shall I do? I don't know how to appeal to the United Nations Human Rights Justice Court. Europe has, please, we need to get together and unite in this. No Muslim would ever have the audacity to call me a liar. Have civilized discussions here, not even debates are allowed. Honest. Okay, this is unacceptable what the Muslims have done, even here on my live streams, commenting like that. Your believers have lied. Allah's telling them that. And I know who the biggest culprit is, Surah Nurat, who set this up against Aisha. Surah Tahrimah, they were annoying him. It is very obvious now, the way I've done my research with some great help from the divine, the unseen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Overflow. We have to do something, please. And I have to do something before. I have to get spiritual healing help. Otherwise, I'm gone. I can't depend on people, others. Life is so tough. No one said life was going to be easy, but should have been able to take these challenges, betrayers and things. So I'm dealing with my case condition and stuttering. Oh, I'm not stuttering. I don't think I stutter a lot. I stutter and stutter. So this was just, I guess this Muslim wants to come and say, mischief makers, criminals, corrupted criminals. But you see, it's please, they don't even follow their own rules, huh? I don't know. And the Ismailis and Imam, please ask your Imam about these matters, and I'm helping you. So I even shared on Facebook what if Ismailis you are in doubt. So Ismailis who have joined me here, okay, there is a recent video of Khalil Andani, and also you've been asked to consult your elderly's. It's not elder. What is it called here? Not elderly, but even a young person may know. Oh, having doubts about the Shia Ismaili Tariqah of Islam, speak to an Ismaili scholar. Yeah, so sorry, not elderly. Ismaili scholar could be like 12 years old. Our scholars hold Islamic studies degrees from Harvard, McGill, and Chicago. Okay? This is on Facebook. Ismaili knows this. I shared it. Having doubts about Ismaili Islam, send us a DM. Direct message, meaning. Check on Facebook. So I'm giving the Ismailis, trying to help the Ismailis leave Islam. What does His Highness Akhan, what do your religious scholars say about these ayats that I've given you? Believers, every word of the Quran, like liar even, has 70 dimensions. And the Ismaili Imam agrees that Imam Jafar Sadiq said this. Fight has 70. Qatil, qutulu, qutuli, kill them, massacre them. 70 dimensions. So yes, you have been, Ismailis, you've been rendered that. avail it, and then help me, let me know kindly. Thank you. If smileys are here and it reaches when empowering family comes here. So tell us about these ayats, please. Let me know when you get help. If you start to have doubts, the ayats that I've been giving you here. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Freedom for all, but not to encroach upon other people's freedom and respect the other person's freedom.